Howdy guys, welcome back to part 20 of our Kentucky Route Zero playthrough. We're at the end of Act 4, I believe, or hopefully close to the end of Act 4. Just going off pacing, we've been on Act 4 for an awfully long time. See that? Well, looks like a swirling mess of garbage, doesn't it? Well, that's what it is. I don't know why trash seems to collect right there of all the spots on the lake. It's always been that way. Everyone just navigates around it like an island or something. Look closely, you can see some wood scrap from an old canoe rental shop. Gemini Canoe and Firewood. The place was run by twin sisters Cassie and Paula, I think. This was years ago. They used to rent out canoes to tourists, campers, pilgrims, folks like that. Must have had some kind of deal with the distillery. You'd always see a couple of Hard Times boys posted up on the dock peddling small bottles to their customers. Cassie and Paula worked those old canoes to death, wrung every penny out of them. They'd only take one out of commission if it was truly demonstrably dangerous, and you couldn't get a refund unless your boat was visibly taking on water. Side business on firewood was a stroke of minor genius. Yes, this cluttered place makes a decent local museum. It's as good as a history as I could ever tell. We arrived at a small houseboat neighborhood that sometimes hosted concerts for the pleasures of its residents, where Clara was scheduled that night to perform. Junebug and John had watched the show from the dockyard with the others. Act 4, Scene 9. A neighborhood. Interesting choice of music, the theremin. It's a weird instrument. Oh. Hmm? I remember this. I told you. Yeah, you don't have to say it. Only because it's always true. She played it. She played at the flower shop Serena opened. Having trouble with his tape machine, so he just droned out on the lap steel. Got really into it. Went on for like forever. Everyone was falling asleep. Not everyone. I remember the air like it was warm, perfumed. We were playing with some petals you found on the floor, and I was looking at the ceiling. I remember the ceiling was glass. During the week, that room was a greenhouse. Don't know where they put all the plants when they had bands in. Maybe outside if the weather was nice. It was nice that night, warm, smelled like spring. I remember the folding chairs, so uncomfortable. But I guess it was their only option. They had to pack everything up during the week, so there'd be room to display the flowers. The tape stuff sounds good. Kid's doing a good job. Yep, he's a natural born tape player. I was talking to him back at Salmonitis. Seems a little lost. Another lost soul? Well, he's in good company. Maybe he could travel with us for a bit. I'm not sure that's a good idea. We're in the back. Passing messages in code. Use the code of our own design, inscrutable to observers transmitted by. Taps on the wrist. Start travel. We wanted to drive through the night and try to get to a music festival in West Virginia in time to make some tips at the parking lot. I didn't think we'd earn the gas money back, but I was willing to be persuaded. We abandoned the subject and the folding chairs and went for a little walk. If I sound hesitant or something, it's just when I met you, when we met, we were nothing, just these little gray shadows. We grew and filled in, and we did all that together. And Ezra, sure, he's just a kid, but he's already a person. What would that do to our system, our chemistry? Took a wrong turn and the hallway ended up in the basement. I remember the air was cool and damp like a cave. I remember the lingering perfume of the greenhouse giving way to an earthy plant smell, like we were digging down into the roots. The grimy floor and the grimy door in the corner caught my eye. I remember the door was stuck. There was a large gap underneath it. You forced the door. Wasn't as stuck as we thought. Door burst open and we fell through. Hey, I got the masters for the new record back from Lazar. They're okay, but what? Listen to them without me? You were at the arcade. I didn't want to throw off your pinball game. Oh, okay. Anyway, there were a few spots where the strings distorted a little and the whole thing has way too much reverb. But overall, sounds pretty good. New drum machine fits right into the mix. Nice. The other question is how to do it live. I can't control the drum machine and sing and dance at the same time. You've got your hands full on the guitar. Left the lights off. We felt around the dark, careful to keep one hand on a wall so we weren't totally adrift in the darkness. I remember tripping over something. I guess we'll never know what it was. Stumbling in, you caught me. After a few minutes, we found ourselves back in the basement. We got back to the greenhouse just as Clara was tuning up. She relaxed her shoulders, took a deep breath, and raised both hands into their precise positions as the room started shaking. Claire hit a note that made the glass rattle in sympathy. A perfect 2 octaves lower. She looked like a sorceress tearing down the building with an effortless wave and an incredible focus, coaxing the empty air into some kind of moaning, rattling demon. That's the thing about the theremin. It's the only instrument you never touch. You could see a wave of concern propagating through the greenhouse. People looking up at the trembling glass ceiling, looking at each other to see if anyone else was worried. Trying to catch Clara's eye and discern if she was doing it on purpose or not. She were really trying to bury us all in glass. So, how do you think we'll swing that? Playing the drum machine live. We'll figure something out. Maybe glue it to the back of your guitar. Oh yeah, or swap the buttons out for foot pedals. Or put the drums on tape beforehand like Serena does. Oh yeah, I guess we have a lot of options. Life is full of possibilities, Cricket. Yes, ma'am. It was a tense 5 minutes. We, the audience, alternated between fearing for our lives and lamenting hers that could have given her the kind of emotional experience to play this devastating song. Then slowly, gently, Clara's hands came to rest. Theremin went quiet, the glass stopped rattling, and the room relaxed unharmed. I met a photographer once, one in particular. She even took my portrait. I can't remember why. She said it would immortalize me. That was a metaphor, of course. She meant I'd never be forgotten. As she was disembarking, not far from here actually, the film fell out of her bag and was borne away by the current. I was working on deck at the time. She shot me a sad, apologetic glance, but I wasn't bothered. It's no shame to be forgotten. Act 4, Scene 11. Silo of Late Reflections. Wait, is that the truck? Oh yeah, the truck was on the ferry, wasn't it? What's this place like? Dogwood Drive. It's in a small town or it I really don't know. I've got the manifest the old man had in his truck here. Lisette's Antiques, mail order delivery, no return address, shipping address, 5 Dogwood Drive, packing list. And it's just numbers. I guess the inventory numbers of the antiques he was supposed to be delivering. Anyway, I'm glad you're coming with us. Yes, I'm always eager to see more of the country, and I enjoy the company. I will have to find a bus or train to get on to Nashville by evening. Well, they have buses everywhere, right? Or hey, I could drive you to Nashville. Seems I have a truck now. How are we gonna get it up these stairs? Is there another route? A tunnel or something? No way out but up. I guess we could wait for the mammoth to come back around and take us a little further down, but that won't be till late afternoon. Looks like we're making the rest of this trip on foot. I don't even know what's in there. What if it's too much to carry? No, we've been loading and unloading gear since the stars were young. We're our own roadies, right? We got expertise. All right, Cricket, let's get this delivery packed and tied into bundles. We're hiking it upstairs. What's in there? Antiques, I guess. Antiques. Yeah, antiques are, it's like junk, but people will pay for it. Oh. Sorry, I guess you'll be taking the bus after all. It's okay. Be an adventure. Shannon sighs and stretches. Tired? Don't worry, lady. We're almost there. You know, I haven't actually given much thought as to what we're carrying. I don't know. It never seemed important until now. What was so important that it was going to be the last delivery of Lisette's Antiques? But so unimportant, Conway would walk away to haul whiskey. End of Act 4. Pueblo de Nada. Rain beats down on an overcast night. I sit in my room and stare out the window and wonder why. As we continue to pan out, intense storm music plays outside. I'm not late, am I? Is this person late for? Oh, sorry. I'm Maya. Right, the traveling artist. Welcome. I'm Emily. I work here. Great. Rita says you're the producer? Oh, did she? I guess so. I do a little bit of everything. Yeah, I know the feeling. You weren't around earlier at the lunch thing. No, I don't live in town. I just come in to work on the station. Really? That's quite a hike, isn't it? I know. I know some shortcuts. Oh, okay. Should make sure she gets comfortable. So, do you... No, I'm fine. Thanks. I'll just find somewhere to perch till you folks are ready. Got a lot to digest. Mentally, I mean. It was a big lunch, but I spent most of the afternoon examining the mounds. Oh, the burial mounds? Yeah, that's why I came down here, to see them up close and make some sketches. They're amazing, right? They may be uncomfortable, to be honest. It seems kind of weird to build a town in a graveyard. Sure, every town has a graveyard, but usually the town comes first. Okay, I'll check if Rita's ready. You can just hang out here somewhere. We'll let you know when it's time to come on set. Great, thanks for having me. You too, you know what I mean. Why am I so awkward with visitors here? Just you seeing the same 12 people day in, day out, I guess. At least the floor is staying dry. So Emily, Ben, and Bob. Okay, ready when you are. How does it look outside? Gross. Yeah, well, I'm not surprised. Saturn is in retrograde. What does that even mean? Yep, think it'll let up. I guess we'll see what Elmo says. My poor tomatoes. Okay, in 3, 2. Hi, it's Rita. This is your evening broadcast, 8192. Wow, it's really raining out there. I can hear it from here. We have a few leaks. Put some pots and bowls underneath them. Thanks, Ron, for letting us your extra pots and bowls. Hope you had a good day despite the weather, although it was really nice earlier today, right? I had a good day today. Met a new friend. She's going to join us about a minute or so. Maybe you saw her earlier around lunch, or if you didn't meet her, then you'll meet her in a minute. Or if you met her already but still want to hang out, I'm sure there's plenty we can talk about. Wow, so this is 8192. Is that right, Emily? That's a lot of broadcast. I came in around the 5s, so I've only been around for half of them. Back then, the 5s, let's see, I did Night Noise, and we had Swap Show and the Bird Show. We're coming and dropping off tapes all the time, and now, well, just the evening broadcast. It's not like I'm not saying we're in decline or anything like that. I love the evening broadcast. I think it was the first show we had on here. Yes, wait, no, well, technically, it used to be a morning broadcast. Oh, and then there was drama with the Jumpin' Jacks lady. Until the town council decided to block out the mornings for the exercise show. So it's the spine of the station. Or maybe it's the heart. Or is it the skin? What part of the WEVP body do you think this is? Why don't you come by and tell us about it? We're going to be here for another 30 minutes or so. Or if you don't want to brave the storm, you can always give us a call. Same number as always, 270-216-5556. Okay, so we're going to start with a tape. This is an old one. It's one of mine, but maybe you haven't seen it. Or if you have seen it, it's been a while, so maybe you've forgotten. Dang. What? She asked me to queue up her tape in Pueblo de Nada. Where is it? I don't know. It's probably still shelved. I'll find it. Maybe it's still in a stack. No, that would be too easy. We should put all this in chronological order, although I guess it's hard to remember sometimes, the order of things. We had some of these tapes were made at the same time, where we start one video, then started another in the middle, then came back later, and time is out of joint. It's like sweeping a beach. Oh, wait a minute. Something fell behind the shelf. Emily pulls a grimy tape case from behind the shelf. Gross, it's still damp. Ron said he'd start filing the old stuff by language, so there's favorite tires, that's English, disagreeable birds, the zone that's in Japanese, fiestas. Pueblo de Nada, ha! What would you all do without me? Here you go, Mo. Hold off on playing this until Rita's done setting it up. Thanks. Wait, something about that circuit diagram does not look correct. I know just enough electronics to say something there looks kind of funny. It could just be my imagination and tiredness. Ready when you are, Rita. Some people that lived here a long time ago, before the company town, before the airstrip, like over 100 years ago. Okay, so I hope you enjoy it. Ready, Emily? I hope the sign isn't getting wet. This is cool. Have you seen it before? Yeah, it's something else. You don't sound convinced. It's not bad to learn about history, though. It is history, right? Or is it just a story? Or is there even a difference? Sorry, did I say something wrong? Oh no, I'm sorry. Just had some weird stuff going on in my head tonight. You know what I mean? Sure, it's okay. Sorry, I spaced out. Don't worry about it. You should. Oh, should I go sit? Yeah. It's almost over. So, where are you staying tonight? Here in town? Oh, good. Yeah. Even before the storm came in, I thought it'd be nice to get some rest for the long hike back to the highway. Ron offered his loft. What? He said I could sleep in his loft. Oh, honey, he's talking about his barn. Ron, nobody wants to sleep in your barn. It's not haunted. Hauntings aside, it's not a very comfortable barn. I mean, I could sleep anywhere, but I think the last time Bob slept in there, he needed a tetanus shot after. But that's Bob. He's a hypochondriac. I'm not sure he even really needed it. You'll stay at my place. Oh, thanks. Oh, that storm coming. I should probably find somewhere to stay out here tonight. Maybe you'll just sleep in the studio. Do you need anything? Actually, do you have an extra toothbrush? I think I do, actually, yeah. Oh, thank goodness. I've been in the woods, you know? Right. I actually used a twig this morning. I kind of chewed up one end. I've done that. Really? I'm disappointed. I thought I invented it. Even better. Chew on some pine needles. It really freshens your breath. I mean, it's not perfect. Wow, that's roughing it. Just close your eyes and pretend, I guess. Exactly. And even then, it's not the same as real toothpaste. Emily waves to Rita. Oh, okay. Hi, so, hope you enjoyed that video. Like I said, that was from, it's several years old. I can't remember exactly. I enjoyed it very much. Oh, thank you, Maya. What's next? I brought in a tape. Okay, you good? All queued up. I'm gonna check on the boys. Ben and Bob are seated on the couch, poking at the electronic innards of a radio. So, it won't mute while it scans between stations. Okay, because that's where they live, right? No, you just want that constant static noise. Right, the noise. That's where they live. They don't live anywhere, dude. They're ghosts. Okay, why does it matter where you tune the radio? It's like soil in your garden. You need rich soil, right? Mashed up, rotted leaves, and that stuff like compost. Oh, hey, Em, how's the show? Oh, you know. Pretty good progress on the ghost box. Scans constantly. And plays it back later. Hey, you got something in your beard. Nah. The radio crackles as it scans rapidly across the spectrum. Snippets of voices mix with colored noise and unfamiliar interference patterns. Did you hear that? That was definitely a voice from beyond the grave. It sounded like, I clearly heard dogwood in there. Yeah, it kind of sounded more like frogwood to me. What the heck is frogwood? Man, I don't tell the ghost what to say. Hear that, Emily? Must have been dogwood. Dogwood, of course. Guess it doesn't matter. The ghost voices don't really come out until you play back the recording later. They only exist in the recording, like a copy without an original. A mirror reflecting something that isn't in the room. But like the mounds. The burial mounds here in town? You think they're haunted? No, or sure, probably, but I mean, they're like the reflection of people who made them. Lived hundreds of years ago. That whole society is long gone. Now we just have these lingering echoes without any trace of context. Yeah, that is kind of eerie. So the ghosts speak, and we can hear it, but the tape recorder can hear it? Is that right? I don't know. Sometimes I think it's more like the recording itself is a ghost. Like, that's what ghosts are, recordings of events that didn't happen. When something keeps leaving new marks even after it's gone. False memories. So okay, Ron, anything that you want to tell us about that tape? Everything on that tape was wild. Really? Everything? Wild stuff indeed. Even the horses. Everything on that tape was wild. Were the horses wild? I thought those were the horses that here. Oh no, the neighbors? We call horses here the neighbors. No, I didn't recognize that one. I don't think there are any wild horses anymore. Really? How could that be? Oh well, they've all been domesticated. Are the neighbors domesticated? We don't own them. No, they're, feral? Wasn't called Donut Party, it was just called Donuts. I said I thought they changed the name, but why? I noticed there was a party supply store across the street. Donuts weren't even very good. The weird part is, I still fantasize about stopping by the real Donut Party some morning and having one of those amazing crullers. In fact, the desire has even grown only more intense. Oh right, in your documentary you said that the people who used to live here had freed their horses. Exactly. But you can free your pet cat, but it won't turn back into a panther. Right. It's kind of haunting, a kind of ghost, like Ben was saying. But everything is a ghost around here these days. It's a ghost town with people still living in it, against all reason. Despite all the pain in the town's history, Pueblo did not have vanished. The airstrip went bankrupt, company town buckled under guilt and exploitation. Even the first people here, all we have left to them is their graves. What about the dogs? Yeah, Ron, was the dog wild? Everything on that tape was wild. Just hope our ending isn't so dramatic. Maybe we can just decline peacefully into irrelevance and then one day stop completely unnoticed. Sounds nice. Doesn't look wild to me. I guess it's a matter of perspective. I'm not sure I agree, but now it's time for the weather. Thanks again, Ron. We're hanging on long past our expiration date. Well, the weather should be pretty wild. I can hear it for myself right now. Getting pretty intense out there. Do you get storms like this a lot? More and more. Right, of course. Then, of course, there's the actual ghost. Alright, here's Elmo with the weather report, and lucky us, we also have Serena Cole. Stop by to add some drama. Musically. I hear she's going to be at the rum colony later if you need a cocktail after the show. So let's go to Elmo for the weather report. Hey. How did he work out the precise ratios of oil, waters, and dye? It seems so precise the way he drips them in 1/2 drop at a time. A lot of trial and error, just staring at a circle of light in the wall. Drip, drip, drip. Where do you get your supplies, Elmo? Ben has a guy in... Oh wait, you mean the projection stuff? Mail order those candle dyes. Other stuff is just mineral oil like you can get at a drugstore. The projector? Somebody just left it here, man. Incredible. Actually, it was that girl who does the pirate video stuff, you know, jamming our signals? Weaver. Yeah, our resident ghost. Ghost, huh? You really think she's dead? Does it matter? Can't leave a ghost behind until you die, right? Well, that's one way to do it, but have you ever missed someone so bad you felt like they were haunting you? Or been in a relationship with someone where it felt like their ex-lover is always in the room? I see what you mean. Hey, you think she'll get us tonight? It's about time, right? He's right, we're about due. Plus, Saturn's in retrograde. So I hear. I know they're bad for the general vibe around here, but can I be honest? Kinda like it when she busts in and takes over the signal. Like a log falling on the road reminds you that this all used to be trees. Her performances were cool though. I never saw her perform, but I heard about it. Well yeah, I saw her do it a few times. I was into it. She did lectures, right? You could say that. I thought of them as storytelling sessions. She talked for hours and shuffled through slide after slide of shapes, numbers, weird constellations. Who knows what any of it meant? And this was her projector. Right, I don't know where she got it though. It still works really well. I got a spare bulb at a resale shop, but haven't had to use it yet. What happened to the rest of her stuff? Better slides are still here in the studio, maybe with the posters. Sherry has all Weaver's old notebooks, I know that. Keeps them in her archive, you know, the big blue filing cabinet, with the daisies painted on it. Yeah, anyway, the really hard part is to find these two pieces of glass. They have to be paired very precisely. I had to get that from a clock store over in Glasgow. That's where they come from. Clock faces. Howdy, Foil. Thanks for the tips, dude. Anytime, dude. Back to you, Rita. Thanks, Elmo and Serena. So next we have a selection from the video data bank that you're gonna like this one. Maya, this one's about caves. Ooh. Yeah, local caves. We play this one a lot. It's pretty cool. Oh, but we have a phone call. Should we get it now or should we wait? We'll get to it now, okay? Hello, WEVP. Are you staying around town tonight? No, I don't think anyone will mind. Maybe I'll stay here with you. I don't feel like trekking back in this weather. I sleep better here. I think it's the guest. You know what I mean? The hum. Lots of people. James calls it that. You remember, he was showing me on the oscilloscope how that weird hum creeps into every other electrical signal in town. It's beautiful. It just looks like gentle rolling hills. One of our little mysteries, like the out-of-towner. Oh, really? Did you know him well? Wow, I had no idea. So, who do you think did it? Of course, I hadn't considered that possibility. What a waste. Sad. Well, have fun. I'm gonna see if Jeff is done. Heh. Hello? Was that the storm or was that the phone lines? Man, they're really flaky. Business as usual. He has a really soothing voice. That's Jeff. He's a regular caller. He's asleep. Hmm? Oh well, let him sleep. Let's play the tape. This is cave art. It's a classic round here. I'm excited. What the heck? What was that? I'll check it out. Yikes, should we go help? Oh no, oh. Tape's over. What did you think? That was great. Yeah, I like that one. Kind of... That sounded pretty close. Oh no, is the power out or just the lights? I don't know, I'll take a look. Maybe a fuse blew in a relay or something. Some scared rat chewed a wire. Abandoned ship. Just kidding. Sorry, I'm a little lost for what I'm supposed to be doing right now. Nikki, are you having trouble with... Oh, I spoke too soon. I thought your power was out. Yeah, it just came back on. Weird, though. Good that you made it in the storm. Oh, I never missed the evening broadcast, to be honest. It's the only time I get to share my work. Wonder how many people tune in at this point. Is she just reading your poetry for us in the studio? That was weird, right? The power? Oh, it seems like a normal kind of thing to happen in a storm. Yeah, you're right. I just have an eerie feeling tonight. Well, you know Saturn's in retrograde, right? It sure is. Well, ready to go? Ready. Did you fix it? Just came back on its own. It'll just take a second for the equipment to warm back up and we'll be on the air again. Spooky. It's a disaster out there. Neighbor's barn is practically underwater. Wow, so just completely flooded. Passed Ron on the way in. He said he's gonna take a look, see if there's anything he can do. Will they be okay? Ron knows what he's doing. He used to be a firefighter. It's a little bit different though, right? I guess. Oh, thanks. I brought my work. Oh, good. Nikki reads her poetry. It's a weekly feature of our broadcast. Oh, great. I look forward to hearing it. Yeah, I just hope we can keep going. We lost power a little while before, right? Better get started then. To the out-of-towner. What eagle flew you to your final bed? It was not men who brought you there to sleep. The men who left you bloodied and then fled. A chosen mud and muddy-watered creek. Did wild turkeys gobble dote and care? And wipe the moss beneath your eyelids clear? Did cardinals pull the twigs out from your hair and wash your hands and feet, trim your beard? When wood ducks dressed you in your resting gown, and pigeons fashioned shoes from leaves and bark? Who sewed flowers in a burial crown? The one who made your headdress with a hawk? The men who broke your body, where were they? The vulture stayed home on your funeral day. Emily, look at the monitor. Dude, be quiet. No, we're not. Look. There she is. Elmo was right. What's wrong? It's Weaver. Really? Tonight? Sorry about this, Maya. What's going on? Local prankster. She jams our signal every once in a while whenever the stars align. So, what do you do about it? Just wait till she's done. We've never been able to stop her from jamming us. We don't even know how she does it. She'll be back on in a minute, though. Don't worry. And that is the end of the Act 4 intermission. We're going to stop the recording there and pick up with Act 5 on the next recording.